My desk setup used to be so overkill. I had my gaming stuff, calendars, notebooks, too many accessories and files, and this is mine now. This setup got me my straight A's. It made me like 10 times more productive. And it's not minimalism or less is more. So what is the secret sauce to my perfect desk setup? And so as your friendly neighborhood productivity YouTuber guy, here's how I created my perfect study space. And a little desk tour as well. Let's go. Okay, so here's the desk. This is a POV shot of what I see when I work. This is probably the most interesting part of my desk. We have like this 2-layered thing. I can actually add more, but then if I do, then it'll hit this thing. So I can't do that. I use Apple boxes as trays just so I can put all my stuff in. It's pretty perfect for me because it's long enough to keep pens, and also there's a little cutout for the, like the camera bump of the phone, but my adapter for my mic to my iPhone also fits here perfectly. I mean, if you're an Apple user, you know that you don't throw away these boxes because it's special, Other boxes, fuck them. This, gotta keep. I got my calendar on top of a few books. I got my lens cloth and also more books to hold up my lens. And so I think one really important question that we don't really ask ourselves is like, what do you actually do at your desk? I used to work here, eat here, game here, study here, contemplate about life here, and I treated my desk as like a one-size-fits-all space. And so because of that, it never became like a purely work zone. And so I came up with this thing called the use percentage, which is like a pie chart of the use of my desk. So for me, it's like 50% YouTube or writing stuff, 30% studying, and then 20% coaching calls. That's like the main thing I do at my desk. So what would it be for you? My pie chart went from this to this, and you're probably more on this side, which is why I'm making this video. Because if you do so many things at your desk, then when you sit down to work, your brain is confused as to what it wants to do. Your intention is to work, but your brain thinks, oh, when we're here, we usually game, so let's get into the gaming mood. And by the way, the reason that studying is so low because I do most of my studying in school. I'd rather stay back in school for like 30 minutes to 1 hour just to finish everything instead of coming home, because the association in school is so much stronger. Alright, let me show you why I like this like 2-layered system that I have here. If I want to work sitting down, I can just sit like this and type. If I want to work standing up, I just move this here, stand up. I don't even know if I'm in frame, but I stand up and I can just work like this. This is my microphone. It's a Razer 7 Mini, and that's my laptop, which is a Surface laptop. So here's an interesting thought. Instead of thinking about the best desk setup, let's think about the worst desk setup. School. Just think about the concept of school desk and how unoptimal that environment is. If I move like 2 cm, the desk starts shaking like a washing machine. It looks like a prisoner that has been incarcerated for life, just tattoos everywhere. And don't forget, I'm also in a room with like 30 other students, and there's always a kid just randomly screaming in the corridor for some reason. But guess what? I can still work in that environment just fine. Why? Because all I do in school is study and schoolwork. And so the association is so strong that even though the environment is so shit, I can still do work better there than anywhere else. Above like the Muji stationery and the cute fairy lights that other study YouTubers talk about, which is fine if you like that. But the thing is, if I can just get this association right, this is the one thing, everything else doesn't matter. But even if you have a plain desk with cheap products, with cardboard boxes to hold stuff, if all you do is study there, your brain learns that and your focus skyrockets. And so this is the thing that other people don't talk about, but this is how you win. So simply put, different spaces, different uses. Work in school, eat downstairs, game in my past life. I don't game anymore. Study at my desk, contemplate about life in the toilet. And so I just want to keep this pie chart as pure as possible. Yes, I do 3 different things, but they all fall under the category of work. So when I sit here, I want to work. If I threw in gaming, then it'd be completely thrown off. So if your pie chart has like 50 things, maybe that's why you can't sit down and focus when you work. So I love asking myself this question. Is there a guy who has less than me, who has a shittier desk than me, who has spent less money than me, but still is more productive? Yes. And so it's less about the desk and more about what you do at your desk. Next to my desk, I have my bag and stuff. So this is hooked onto the top and there's just weights up there. You can see my 2 hats that I use for my videos as well. Then I have my mask for my videos. It's just convenient. So if I want to leave, I can just grab this and go. I have my trash can for all the videos that I don't upload. To create a study corner, I use furniture to block off this corner of the room. This big black shelf It's kind of empty, but that's on purpose. I just use it to put dishes, to be honest, when I'm finished eating in my room. And the small shelf in front of it is also empty, but it's used to create separation between me and the door. So if someone comes in, they gotta walk around it first. That makes the corner way more cozy. To create even more separation, I have this big white rug or like mat or whatever that just separates outside from inside. So you can see the desk would just create a line like this, like a wall, but because there's this thing here, it creates like a rectangle shape to block the side off. And so if you don't have that much space, you can use one room for multiple associations. Just make sure you create different zones for different things. Okay, so when I realized this, I was like, I need a refresh. So what I did was, my desk used to be against that wall. I just pushed it over here next to the window so I get better lighting for my videos as well. And then I can build the association from the ground up. And now it's just 100% work. So when I sit here, I get into work mode within like 2 seconds. And so you could call this like an association refresh or a desk refresh. It's resetting that pie chart so we can build it the way that we want it to be built. And I actually believe that you can't unassociate. You can only associate more or associate less. So if I've already spent a lot of time gaming at my desk, I can't unassociate my desk from gaming. All I can do is stop that and start working more. And so that association of working will overtake the gaming one, and once it does, that will become my default mood when I sit down to work. And by the way, this room that I'm in is not even my bedroom, because my bedroom is associated with sleep. All I do in there is sleep. This is the home gym, so I work in my home gym, which is fine. So everything in this room is also working, either working on like stuff for my brain or stuff for my body. So here are your actionable steps. Number 1, do a physical audit. Audit just means inspection. So inspect your immediate surroundings. Think about your workspace, or just look around right now if you're at home. Look at your workspace. Ask yourself with every item, go one by one and think, do I really need this? Does this really contribute to my life or contribute to my goals? If no, get rid of it. You can put it into storage, put it in another room, or just throw it away. Just because the space is empty doesn't mean you have to fill it. Number 2, now that you've gotten rid of a bunch of stuff, you can create your new space, or if you need to reset, do the same thing that I did and move some furniture around. So you can create your own study corner like me, but just make sure that you have this new pure pie chart so that we can start from scratch and build it right. And then number 3, only do work-related stuff there. It will take weeks in the beginning to build the foundation, but then once it is there, keep it as pure as possible. Because what is the perfect studying space? Well, it's the one where you just study in. Because if you can get that part right, everything else will fall into place. Take action. But yeah, that's my desk. If you want more from me, you can join my free community. It's the first link below. Or you can join my premium community. There's a second link below. Give me a kiss. Mwah!